go. One minute for me to play some music for you, please. The way I was going is not working for me. So I just have to go on the other side. Ugh. Flo, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
If you can, please share the video for us. Take a minute, it's time. She is a loving woman. Loving like every mother. Life is beautiful. Life is beautiful. If you can, please share for us. Well, we gotta turn on our computer next time, yeah? Yeah, gotcha, not working for us. Beautiful woman, she is enticing. Nigeria, Africa, Mama Africa, Tanzania, Madagascar, Kenya, South Africa, Ethiopia, Namibia. We don't forget Nigeria. Ghana, Somalia, Angola. Life is beautiful, so beautiful, so adorable, you know. You have to share this video. So adorable, you know. What a beauty to be, African woman. Yeah, so now I have to play our jingle because our jingle gotta be played. You know, that's the real stuff. Speak of social injustice. Talents to us all. Human rights abuses. Talent to the nation. Rape the molestation. Talent to us all. Split talk. Split talk. Split talk. Talent to us all. Split talk, split talk, split talk. The now generation. Hey guys, hi everybody. On this blue app, we have people watching us on YouTube. We have people watching us on Split Talk page. We have people watching us on Gracie K and Grace Corentin Goa. So we want to say welcome to all of you. Welcome to Split Talk, the Ninth Generation. This platform is built for Lawani, and we are Lawani Women. I am the president of Liberian Women Advocacy Network International. I'm also the founder of Legacy Holding Foundation. We use this platform to come on here every day, every Sunday at 7 p.m. to talk about social issue and real issues in your life, setting. Things that we learn in our years of living and things that we learn from people, also things that we research and read, in magazines and sometimes watching television. And so my name is Grace Goaf. Welcome.
Good evening. My name is Vera Ade, the Vice President for Liberian Women Advocacy Network International. Glad to be on again this evening. Thanks to our listener. Thanks for supporting us. Thanks for your viewership. Thanks for sharing the video. And thanks for always coming in every Sunday. Thank you.
Okay, so you know what? Before I share the video, I will just talk a little bit before I can share the video. If you want, yeah, share for us. So recently we had a project, and that project is called Operation Safe Child Starway. If you guys have seen, we have raised enough money on the GoFundMe. We excel. We were able to go forward with the project as far as raising up the money, and we got more money than what we expected from the GoFundMe because we're able to work with some a media company in Europe, no, in United Kingdom, and they were able to help us with the documentary. Although we worked hard behind the scenes, everything came to fruition, and now we have raised over $26,000. Charles Tower project is about to begin. We'll make sure that we give you guys info as we go by, videos and things. We'll be recording his processes as he goes to get the surgery that we got this whole project in the first place to make sure that he gets the surgery. So we'll continue to give you guys update on what's going on. Right now, we are still working in the back. When he's ready to leave Liberia, you will see it, on any media or that maybe one of the media people in Liberia will carry it, and then he will go and then do the surgery. When he come back, they will also bring the story to you. So we want to say thank you to everybody who helped us in the process. People donated, any little thing you donated, it was very appreciated. I also want to say I saw people donate $10, $5, which was like a widow's mite, because if people feel the need to donate that amount, means that what they have, and for that God will bless you, because all the $5 and $10 put together, they were able to raise over $26,000. And we want to say thank God Almighty, because He did this for us when we brought this thing here on this platform and our other platform that we used to come and talk about rape issue and stuff. Uh, People came to help us, but most Liberians did not want to help. So at the end of the day, somebody saw us and saw interest in the case, and this is how we raised this money. So people all around the world were able to see this story. I think up to 100 and something thousand already people have watched that documentary. So that's how we're able to raise that amount of money. So Child Starway process will begin. I know people go into our emails and go into our messengers and our messages and sending us message. Oh, we're waiting for Child Starway thing to start. No, but Child Starway thing will start. It takes time for us to get to the process. We're doing all the documentation. Some of it was done, some of it was left to be done. It depends on the doctors that we're dealing with. So all those things have to come together. The doctors then have to be able to tell us that, okay, this is the time for him to come. The schedule has to go on. So you got to understand. So, just have patience. Just how we have patience for almost a year before we could raise that 26,000. We want to appeal to you guys to also have patience for Child Starway process to go on. We too are eager for Child Starway to get the help he needs. So it's not only you going through the eagerness, we too are going through it. So we want to say thank you again for everything. Although the devil was very busy in this process, things that we were doing, it was hard in the back, but we were able to fight through it, and God has brought us this far. So we want to say thank you. So today we'll be discussing the fisher's man mentality. Do you have the fisher's man mentality? Do you have the fisher's man mindset? In the Bible, we always come with the Bible first. God was always talking about fishermen. Do you know why he did that? He always said when Jesus came on this earth, he was always talking about fishermen. I would make you fishers of men. He would tell the fishermen to follow me and this and that. But there was a reason why, because the fisherman career is a very special career. People don't realize that. So in actuality, in reality, it's always good to have the fisherman's mentality, because God took other people to follow him, but most of the people that follow him, the disciples, they were all fishermen. So in Matthew chapter 19, it says, and he said unto them, follow me, and I will make you fishers of men. He said that. So it's very important to know if you have the fisherman mentality. The fisherman career may look very simple to you. Oh, yeah, like fishermen, they can just go to the water and they can go fish and they catch fish, and and they sell it to people and they make money. No, it's not all to that. The mindset of the fisherman, how he operates, that's why God wanted the fishermen to follow him. He wanted them to follow him because he knew their mindset. In the fisherman mentality, there was no jealousy in that mentality. They had no jealousy in it, because for you to be a fisherman, you have to be able to work with your other colleagues fishermen, for you to strategize when you go to the water, how to make catch fish for everybody to benefit. So that's why God always took fishermen to follow him, because their mindset was kind of different. It was not that they were coming to follow Jesus to take his position, because nobody can take our position. Because most time in other careers, that's why people go. They go there and they start to work. They get into the career and they say, "Oh, you know what? I won't be the boss. In fact, I won't be the director." But the director is already in the place. So until the director can retire, you cannot be like the director. Or you cannot take that director position. So an fisherman know that very well. So that's why Jesus took the fisherman, because the strategy is very different from all other career. So do you have the fisherman mentality? We'll dig into that, and that's the topic for today. We'll dig into that. Beyond the historical account, the great fish also stand as the picture of God's deliverance. God used fish in different miracles that he worked in the Bible. And that's the reason why. Because if you only have the fisherman mentality, your life would be so much better. Fred, you want to come in?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, and thank you for what you said. Starting off the topic with what Jesus has said in the book of Matthew. To be a fisherman does not mean that you, the one who will catch the biggest fish, or you are the one to catch the most fish. To be a fisherman, you have to have the tools of a fisherman, and you have to have the characteristics and the personality of a fisherman. Now, when the fisherman is going out to fish, there are certain things that are mandatory that he must have for him to go on the sea or on the river or wherever he's going to fish. He has to have certain tools which are mandatory for him to go and catch fish. For one, to be a fisherman, you have to have a boat. If you don't have a boat, how can you go out to fish? You have to have a net. If you don't have a net, how are you going to be able to catch a fish? When you catch a fish, what are you going to throw in the water? What net are you going to throw in the water to for the fish to fall in that net? You have to have a fish line, you have to have a hook, you have to have a bait, and among many other things that fishermen carry. And also you have to have the personality, because the fisherman is very tolerant. He's very decisive, and he's patient, and he's analytical. He goes out there with a plan. He just does not go out there and say, "Oh, you know what? I'm just going on the water today to go fish." The fisherman, before he goes on the water, he has a plan, and that plan is laid out, and that plan is decisive. Okay, I'm going on the water today. And before he goes on the water, he already knows the water. He has studied that water before. He knows what side of the water to cast his net to catch what kind of fish, and he knows where not to cast his net to catch something else other than fish, or fish mixed with all other things. So to be a fisherman, and like you said, the fisherman mentality, it applies to us in our daily living. The things that we do, our career, our home, the way we run our lives. It has to, if we have a fisherman mentality, um I think you would do well, because like you said, when Jesus told those disciples, if you follow me and I will make you fishers of men. When he told them, I will make you fishers of men, does that mean that they were going in the sea to catch fish? Or what did that mean? And I guess that's where we're gonna dig deeper into it. Because that, when Jesus said to them, he was not just telling them, "Oh, let's just go on sea to go catch fish." It's a deeper topic than it is, that is really related to our lives and the way that we live our lives.
All right, well, thank you. Yeah. And the thing is that having a fisherman mentality, you have to have a certain characteristics about yourself. You have to be patient. You have to be kind. You have to be a person who can share. You have to know your direction. You have to be courteous, cordial, as the Englishman say. You have to also have a dream. You have to be persistent. You have to be competitive in a way that the competitiveness will benefit everybody around you. You have to be analytical, and you have to have all the characteristics to be a fisherman. And that's why I asked if you have the fisherman mentality. Do you have the fisherman mindset? Because for you to be a fisherman and for you to make it in this life, it's better for you to carry the fisherman mentality. And that's the reason why God used he always talk about fisher for men. Even when he had Jonah to when Jonah was supposed to go a certain place, and when Jonah was sent by God and he was trying to refuse it, what did God do? Put him in the belly of the fish. So something about the fish and the fisherman is very, very, very analytical and very, very important in our daily lives. You know, for you to have a fisherman mentality, you have to be actually be able to work with other people easily. You have to be able to accept when somebody tell you that this is what you're doing, what you're doing is not right. You have to be able to accept that. For you to have the fisherman mentality, you have to get away from jealousy. Because in fishing, when you go to fishing, you will see that certain time when you throw your net, everybody will throw their net in different position. When the nets then come up, or one side of a group of people will have more fish than the other, and it can be okay with you. That you will not say, okay, you know what, and the other person had the went and threw their net in that place, and they got so much fish. Now I'm mad. So therefore, because they're supposed to throw the net in the direction tomorrow, I will make sure I put something in the water on that side so the fish cannot be there for them to something. You cannot have that mindset, that hatefulness. For you to be a fisherman, you cannot have that, because at the end of the day, when all the people have fished, when they fish and bring their fish together, sometimes the fishermen they will share the fish among themselves. Because you catching kuta and I catching gripper and snapper, and the other person catching shark. And when they throw it in a certain area of the water, they catch most of the fish. They got a mindset to put it together and then maybe share among one another so they can have different kinds of fish. Do you have the fisherman's mentality? Or do you just have the mentality or the mindset just to go around and try to work with people but bring them down? Or try to work with people because you see a certain vision of this person and you see they're running with a vision because you want to learn it, and not in a good way, but you want to learn it and then be in a competition with them. Okay, yeah, I've learned, I'm going to do my own stuff. But you are not called to be a fisherman, because God couldn't call certain people to be a fisherman. He did not call everybody and want them to be a fisherman, because he knew those sort of people, the way they analyze things, the way their mindset, the way they're able to work with people and the way they follow leadership. He said, follow me. Everybody cannot be leaders. Some people just have to follow other people. So for you to be for your career or your goals or your gift to come out, you might probably have to follow somebody for that gift to kick up, because maybe because of that person's gift, your gift will have to come out. If you're not following that person, maybe your gift will never ever be able to come to you, because you have to be in that particular space. You see, and that's the fisherman mentality. God said, follow me and I will make you fishers of men. I will make sure everything will all right. He never told us, say, follow me, and then so you can carry and learn that when I go to my father now, then you don't want to tell him to be God on earth here. No. He did not say, oh, come and follow me so you can learn what I'm doing exactly as I'm doing it, because no two men have the same goals in life. No two person have the same kind of gift in life. Even if you have it together, there will be certain specific a gift that you have within that gift that you share that other person may not have. So you with two people will be able to sing. But maybe you can be singing, you good at singing reggae, and I can sing R&B. Or although we have the singing gift, although we are musicians, but we sing in different ways. Even if we sing the same R&B, my tunes in the way I sing will be different from your tune. So that's the reason why the fisherman's mentality support one another instead of divide, or instead of envy the person give, or instead of hate it and be jealous and try to break the person down and make a lies on them. So okay, God said, follow me. And for true, when Jesus said follow him, you see how they call himself Judas. He was not a fisherman. He was never. So he was one of the people that felt God, but he was not a fisherman. But he was the one that betrayed God because he did not have that fisherman mentality that Peter did. So he had to betray Jesus Christ because the first thing he saw Jesus, he said, okay, they man, he's my master. But there was some envy in there. There was some hate. There was some greediness that, okay, yeah, but I can sell him and get more money, because I can sell him, the people will take him and I will get more money. Because he did not have that fisherman mentality that, why we're doing this together. But even if I'm the head, your gift will pop up in this thing and you will be your own head in what you do. Because everybody cannot lead the sheep. If one person have to lead and the other people have to follow, and the other people have to follow suit in their gift for what they do, for everybody to shine in the area that they do it. That was Peter was special, and the other person had God had such a connection with this person, and the other person was special in this because everybody are individuals on their own. You cannot come in a setting, or you cannot come within a workplace, or you cannot come within an organization, and then you say, okay, yeah, I have to take the position while somebody is already in that position. That's a hit up mentality. You want to have the fisherman mentality that I will work according to this. We all will work and we will have to share. And then if time for me to get into that stage, I will be able to get there and do what I'm supposed to do myself because I already learned from the leaders who already there. Instead of envying the leader, but you already learned from the leader. And that's why we suffer from it in friendship, we suffer from it in relationship, even sometimes husband and wife. They don't have that fisherman mentality that we will work together. We'll all go there and we'll work together. Everybody will throw their net into because we'll bring everything together at the end of the day. So sometimes you see husband and wife, they're in competition. They're in competition and then you look, they can't make it anymore. Everybody got to go their separate way. That's why divorce is very grave in the entire world. People get married and they can't stay together because they don't have the fisherman mentality. And God admired that. That's why he made fishermen to follow him everywhere he went. Fred, you can come in.
Yeah, and also that fisherman mentality speaks to diversity, specifically when you mentioned that when a couple of fishermen get on a boat and they go on sea to fish, some cast the net to the left, some cast it to the right, some cast it in the middle, some cast it on the backside of the boat. And everybody tend to catch, or there is a possibility everybody might catch similar fishes, but a similar fish. But most of the time there will be a diversity of the kind of fish that they catch, that they grab in the net. And sometimes even what they grab in the net might not even be a fish. Sometimes they catch crab, sometimes they catch crawfish, sometimes they catch whatever that is in the water to catch, sometimes worms and all, they catch all kinds of things. So, but
Mm-hmm.
that fisherman person mentality is, it also speaks to diversity, that when we are all together and we are fishing and we are casting our net, we all will catch something different. But the good thing, the beautiful thing about catching all different types of fish is that we can come together. You can bring your kuta. I can, even if I catch paple, I can bring my paple. You bring your salmon. The other person bring the kuta. The other person bring the poo fish or whatever they catch. We put all together. We sort it out. We share it. Okay, if I got 10 paple and you got three and poo fish and the other one got 11 and salmon, it's sharing. It speaks to the nature of diversity and sharing. It speaks to individual responsibilities too, because we all will not catch the same thing. It shows that we all can never be on the same level. There will always be someone who will catch 10 fish and you just catch one. There will always be someone who will catch you. I could catch 10 today and today you catch one. Tomorrow we go, you could catch 20 and I catch zero. Does that make any difference between you and I being a fisherman? No, it just shows that there are different levels, there are different times, there are different seasons for different things. But at the end of the day, the mentality should remain the same, that we know what we are fishing for. If we go on the water, we know we are fishing for fish. If we catch um, crawfish, that's a plus. If we catch snail, that's a plus. If we catch whatever else that is edible in the sea, that's a plus. That is a plus. We don't look at just because when I go and I always catching. Oh, if you are every time you throw you on a necessary crawfish, you can catch. What wrong with you? Okay, but if crawfish is edible, don't you want to eat crawfish? We don't just only eat fish. We eat crawfish. We eat. Some people eat snail. Some people eat catfish. Some people eat crab. All kinds of things, lobster. All kinds of things in the sea. So the fisherman mentality and the characteristics are very important. Specifically, the tools that you carry as a fisherman is important, because if you don't have the tools of a fisherman, you wouldn't be able to fish right. You wouldn't even be able to catch anything. First of all, to be a fisherman, you must have a boat. How can you be a fisherman when you don't even have a boat to go on the water? Because the fisherman, sometimes the fisherman goes alone. He does not always go with his fellow fishermen. There will come a time where you have to go alone as a fisherman. You have to go on the sea all by yourself. Do you have a boat to go on the sea? Do you know how to canoe that boat? Do you know how to canoe that boat on the sea, or do you know how to steer the boat on the sea when you're all by yourself? Do you know where to cast the net? Have you been paying attention to the other fishermen when you went along with them? Have you been paying attention to see how they cast the net and in what area they cast the net? Or what specific tactics they're using to catch a certain kind of fish, or to catch a certain amount of fish? Are you paying attention to that? All those things are critical when you are a fisherman. And and like we said, these things apply to our daily lives. And when we talk, we always talking every aspect of our life. Even when you think about it in Liberia, in the political season, the last time when we spoke about David, when you talk about fishermen, look at the types of fishermen we have in Liberia. Do they even have a boat? Half of them they're fishing, but they don't even have a boat. So if you don't even have a boat, how are you going to get on the water to fish? Do you know the kinds of fish that are in the water? Like me, I only know kuto and salmon and shark. But certain fish then I know, like snapper and all those things. Then certain fish I know. When we used to be children in the house, in during normal days, and when we used to be children in the house, I was never the person that liked to go to the market. And nobody ever sent me to the market, because you sent me to buy fish. I only knew pony. I would bring pony, and that's it. I don't know no fish. So what my mom would do, my cousin, she knew all the different fish. She was a fisherman in the house. I wasn't a fisherman. I didn't have no clue what fish. I just knew bunny. That's it. I didn't have no boat to fish. So in that case, if I only know bunny, and I can only recognize bunny when I see it, I can't recognize no other fish when I see it. How can I go on the sea and say I'm going to fish when I only know bunny? I don't know what the other fish look like. I'm gonna fail. I'm definitely gonna fail, because I don't have the eyes like the fisherman does. I don't have his characteristics. I don't have his patience. And neither do I have his tool. So, these are the things we talk about in relationship. These are all things that we must consider. Jesus said, "Follow me, and I will make you fishers of men." And Jesus told only 12 disciples. Sometimes the quantity of people that are in a boat, that are called to follow you as a leader, it matters. Quantity matters, diversity matters. When those disciples followed Jesus, they all had different skills. So these are things that we must examine, as those of us who are in leadership, those of us who are involved with different kinds of work, those of us who are even involved in politics and talking about politics, and teaching our people on how to select their leaders, because even selecting your leader is part of fishing. It's part of fishing. So we must all consider this partition to the people. Just let you come in, because I know I'm just babbling.
Yeah, you just going on. So,
Um,
but the thing is that my question I wanted to ask is that
mhm.
it's not only about who you chose as a leader, but as a leader, who you chose to follow you. Who are the people following you? That's the question. Who are your followers? Who are the people that are responsible to do the other things? Because you can't do everything. So who are you choosing? It's very, very. You have to be very wise as a leader. Welcome, Gabriel Tucker. You have to be very wise as a leader who you choose to follow you. Because when Jesus was choosing his people, he chose the fishers of men. He knew half of them were going to follow him on the red rod. They follow him to the end. Although some of them deny him, some of them, Judas, because you always gotta have one traitor. Every time you got a group of people following you, especially when they're many, you just gotta have one of them or two of them who just there just to envy you for no reason. They see you, they see the talent, they see the gift, and the gift can't take it. Instead of them try to use your gift to tap into their gift and be smart about it, they start to use your gift now and start to envy you for your own gift because they don't have that gift that God gave. Most of the things we do is gifted. Most of the things we do, they are talents. How you speak with the people is another talent. How you interact with people is talent. Some people, they will sit here, they will not be able to interact with you. I was watching this show, they call Ready to Love. Is it Ready to Love? No. Put a ring on it. Put a ring on it. Y'all go watch that show. It's too nice. It's a TV a reality show. Put a ring on it. So the in the show, the women and the men, they've been dating for so long, but the guys not choosing to marry the girls, and they been dating them for some of them 4 years, 16 years, and they have not proposed to them. So this show is to get them to propose. Either you put a ring on it, or me and you break up. That how they show. So for the counselor who is the therapy the love counselor on that show, one of her strategies she used is for them to actually go and date other people. So go and date other people and see if you trust yourself and see what you're lacking, and then maybe it will help you to appreciate your partner, which is a risk. I think it's a real serious risk. But in the show, they allow the guys will go and date different women, and the women then will go and date different guys. So they went on a date. The other girl, her boyfriend went on a date with another girl, and the girl went with another man. And then when they came back, the girl asked her boyfriend, said, "So what about that girl that you were talking to?" Because sometimes they let them go to the date in the same setting. While I'm sitting here with my own date, and my own husband, my boyfriend sitting on the other side with on a date. So like that, it make your miserable. So they want to see whether you can just have a conversation with somebody else, and how you feel about it while your spouse is sitting there. So when they went home, the girl asked the guy, said, "But I was leaving the place. My date was taking me home, and you never even looked. You were so focused on the girl." And the man said to her that it's not that I was attracted to this girl, but the way she was talking, she had me engaged that I couldn't even see anything. I couldn't notice anything in the room. I couldn't even see anybody. I was so engaged with her talking to me that one thing I learned about myself at that did that it's not always about looks. It's not always about what the person have, but it's just about the person personality as well. And this girl, then she said, "Oh, so what you saying? I can't engage you like that." He said, and I learned through this process that you and myself need to work on you engaging me like that. Because I noticed that I can engage you like that. When we go to places, I can engage you like that. And it would be like we'll have 100 people in the room, it would be like only you and me in the room. But when it comes for you to engage me like that, you can't do it. And this other girl could engage me like that. And that's what we're talking about. What quality of people are you bringing around you? Because you have to be, and I have learned the hard way on this Facebook that I have to choose a very different quality of people that come around me because my life is really different. I'm not here to say anything like I'm boasting, but my gift, I have a lot of talents. And when people come around me and they start to see it, they want to tap in it, and sometimes they can't get it. It turns into a hatred point. They start to not like me because they see that the gift is too strong, the gifts are too many. And all you need to do is just tap into me. And I can lead you in your way or something, but they don't know how to tap into it. And so many people who in leadership role are going through this thing. So what kind of people are you bringing around you? Are these people able to engage and be able to lock down a place and be able to do their own thing? At the same time, keep you focused in your position that you're in? Or are they just there to just see the talent that you have and start to destroy it? So it's not all about a leader. What kind of leader you choose? Leaders, what kind of people are you choosing? Because the people you choose could make or break your career. So you have to be careful with the people you choose. Some people say, "Oh, the multitude, the multitude." It's not about multitude. It's not about multitude. It's about the quality of people that are around you. So even if you have 3 people around you and the quality of the people are very strong and they are there for the good reasons, they see what you're supposed to put forth and they know that in that putting forth that they too will be able to explore in their own life in doing so. Those people, even if they're 3 and the three of you put yourself together and work hard, you will work wonders in the thing that you want to do or whatever you're focused on. Then when you have the multitude of 500,000 people who don't even know how to engage, who don't even know how to see the vision and say, you know what, this is not about grace, this is not about variety, this is not about nobody, but it's about the focus and it's about the vision. At the end of the day, when the vision go there, and that's why you need to find people who see that and focus on the point instead of them focusing on the individual. And that's what make most of the time most of the leaders are feeling, because they're not even realizing that the people that they have around them bringing them down. But they so because the people they are in the multitude and then they suck up to them, or maybe they will suck up and then later on they will their loyalty will fail because they have sucker, and then when they see that the greatness is in you, then the loyalty begins to fail because then they start to bring hate, jealousy, because of how God has separated you. And in that process, they too are separated, but they're not even seeing the focus. So they have been sidelined now because the sideline they said because they're not even seeing the focus anymore. They're just seeing you now. You've been too great. They get jealous and they want to be in that space, and then they miss their own calling. So, what the leaders? Who are the people? Are you? Who are the people you bringing around you? We've seen leaders in the world today. They are failing because of the people they bring around them. That's why Jesus took fishers of men, because he knew that fishers of men, they are very focused. They know how to strategize. They're very, they can analyze. And so he brought those people around him because he knew in his journey, although some of them were going to fail him, but he knew that he was going to get there and do the purpose, which was to make sure that he reached to the stage, make sure he win a lot of soul, and then God was going to call him back to glory in the way that he went. And that's why he chose fishers of men. Who are the people you choosing, my people? When you dream about fish, when you dream about fish, fish represent abundance, it represents wealth, it represents fertility, it represents forgiveness. On the fifth day of creation, God filled the entire sea, the whole sea. He filled it with fish whales. He have sharks. The way I can stand sharks, I can be. I think I plenty teeth. He has sharks. Every time I see, I can get fried. I can't even eat it. Some people can eat it. So so everything that was strategized, and he used fishers of men when he sent God back on this earth. He used fishers of men to surround him. So something about the fisherman mentality that we need to put in our system to be able to accomplish with other people. Because most time in life, even if you have a gift, you have to have the right people around you to accomplish what you're supposed to accomplish. Look at what happened to Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson had a gift, but everybody came around him just to take. He couldn't even find love because he was afraid that everybody just wanted from him, including his own family. I mean, everybody just wanted to suck out of him, but they were not even realizing that he had created jobs for some of them. Some of them became millionaires in the process, but they could not be him. Then they tried to destroy him. Things started happening in his life. It happened to Whitney Houston. So we have to be careful. Leaders out there today, we're not talking about who you choose as a leader. We're talking about leaders who you choose as the people to follow you. Are you choosing fishers of men that will come and uplift you and help you to strategize, or are you just choosing the people who will come there and want to suck up to you and even want to kill you? That's why you see coup go around the world. That's why you see leaders are getting overthrown because of the kind of people they choose to be around them. Those people don't see the vision. The focus is not on the price. They are focusing on the individual too much, and they focus on the price. And the price is for you to accomplish what the person see, and because God made them to see that, and you follow them to be able to help them to bring that to fruition, that everybody else will benefit. And that's the beauty of the fisherman's mentality. Fred, you can come in.
Yeah, and the fisherman, like you said, the fisherman has to focus on who the other. I mean, the lead fisherman has to figure out or realize who are the other fishermen that he's taking on the boat with to fish. Because if you don't take the right fisherman with you on the boat, some of them might end up sinking the boat. And you all of you always drown in the river and don't catch no fish. The fish will instead of you catching fish, the fish will end up catching you and eating you. So it is very critical for you to know the kind of fisherman that you're taking with you on your boat. There has to be some who will paddle the boat when you, as the lead fisherman, is strategizing. and planning and looking out there, because you already have an eye for the ocean. You're looking out there. You have already mapped out the areas. You know what the areas are like. You know where to cast the net. You, the lead fisherman, have to be able to tell the other fishermen to say, steer the boat this way. Let's go this direction. Let's go that direction. Because you got fishing experience. You got experience being on the water. You even got experience with the waves in the ocean. You know what time the waves will come. You know how long to be out there to fish. You know when to leave the ocean to go back to shore. All of that is very critical. And all of that it aligns with leadership. In a leadership role, you have to have fishermen who you can tell steer the boat this way, and they steer it. Tell the other fishermen, throw the net this way, we will catch fish on the side. And that's why when the people were fishing, Jesus was passing by and they couldn't catch no fish. And I think that's how he called them and said, follow me, I'll make you fishers of men. And he told them, take the net, because they had been on the water so long trying to catch fish and they didn't catch anything. And when Jesus saw them, he said, take the net and cast it on the other side. And when they casted the nets on the other side, and they caught a whole lot of fish, and they were marveled at Jesus. Really, they were marveled and say, but we've been on the ocean all day trying to fish. How come we ain't catch anything? All of a sudden, you tell us to throw the net on the other side, and then all of a sudden we got this many fish? Because Jesus was an experienced fisher. He had the eyes of a fisherman. He had the temperament of a fisherman. He knew what a fisherman was all about. He had the tools. He had the spiritual tools. He may not have had the physical tools with him present at it, but he had a spiritual eyes to tell them, look, move the net from over there and put it this way. And the fishermen that follow you as the lead fisherman, they have to be people who can fall in line and not take it
Exactly.
personal. If I tell you, say, oh no, that you've been on the side too long and you're not catching fish, change direction and go that way. Definitely, the fishermen, the fishermen that are following have to be able to follow the leader's lead, because it's the leader who has been fishing this long. It's the leader who knows where to tell you to cast the net, or where to steer the boat, or tell you that you know what to take. We're not even going to catch no fish. The storm is about to come. Let's get off this water and go to shore, and we'll come and try again tomorrow. That's the fisherman's mentality. And we lack that in every aspect of our lives, especially as Liberians in Liberia and in the diaspora. We don't know how to fish. We don't know what we want to fish for. Some people want to fish and they're not, some of them even want fish for fish. They're not going on the water to fish for fish. So, in order to be a fisherman, you must know what you want to fish for. Are you going to catch fish, or are you being a fisherman to catch something else? Because most people out here, most fishermen out here are out here to catch something else. They're not out here to catch fish. And if you're out here to catch something else, then don't call yourself a fisherman, or don't follow a fisherman. Go follow the career that, or go follow a carpenter, because you want to make things. You know how to make things. You cannot have the carpenter mentality and decide that you want to follow the fisherman. It's not going to work. It's not going to
And
work. The fisherman is thinking about fish and you thinking about cotton wood. It's just going to clash.
and before you get into anything, and before you follow a leader and you see what the person doing, instead of you looking at the multitude that follow them and just say, "Oh, you want to be in line," you have to ask yourself the question: Do I mean? Do I? Is that what I want to do? Is there a passion of mine? Do I see myself doing this? And that's some of the questions you have to ask yourself. It's not that because you see everybody following that person or everybody doing what it's supposed to do and that thing is flourishing, but you don't have no talent to bring forth to help that thing to even flourish more. But you just see it because you want to tag along. And then you come, then you be a distraction in what the people are doing because the first thing you never even had the passion. It was not even your calling. It was not even your calling. Just because you saw other people doing it, you want to be a copycat as usual. You don't know how to create nothing that's supposed to be created by you because everybody came on this earth with something within them. But you can't tap into your own thing, and then when you come to tap into other people think that the vision that they see, and you want to be a part of it, and when you come there because it's not your passion, then you start to destroy it. And that's why we're asking the leaders now, who following you? Who are those people following you? Do you know who they are? Do you know what their passion is? After you talk to them once or twice, you will know whether they're really in this for the right reason, or they just in it to be in it to just be attacked alone. And you don't need people to just be attacked alone. You don't need people who can just sit down and not do nothing. Because those people, when they sit down in the other, then they will start to press the whole thing down. They start to be jealous. They start to be hateful. They start to be envious. They start to bring confusion within whatsoever you started. So you have to bring like-minded people, people that see it the way you see it. But but they don't. They see it the way you see it, and then since you have the idea, they can't tag along to bring it to fruition. Because at the end of the day, once they see it the way you see it, when the benefit comes, everybody will benefit, and they will feel very good about that benefit. Because why? They too that their passion, but it's just that they couldn't be in the lead position. But before we close out, we would like to invite you to our Liberian Women Advocacy Network International Lawani Masquerade Party. It's going to be on August 14th at the Sheraton Hotel in Rockville, Maryland. And if you go on my page, you will see this flyer. If you need me to send in your inbox, just inbox me. I will send it to you. We are charging $45 for a single person and $80 for individual. It's a dinner party. So you come in there, you're going to have dinner. You're going to have hors d'oeuvres and dinner at the same time. You're going to have drinks, everything within the money that you pay. So when you get there, make sure you're hungry enough because you will have enough food to eat, and we'll be dancing the night away. This is like one, just want to have fun because we came from the pandemic with everything that went on. We just want to come out and we want to have fun in that hotel that night. And you want to book the information also there. If you want to sleep that night, for me, I will be sleeping in that hotel that night. So I will book my room, and we have a special discount for the booking. You just need to get with us. We'll send you the link. We have a certain capacity that we can take because we don't want to be squeezed up and jammed up in the place. So the first come, first serve, people have started booking. We still have spaces left, so you need to hurry up if you want to come and have some fun with us. And we'll be in that a party. There will be a teachable moment for at least 6 minutes, and you will learn something very important. I'm not going to share with you because the person who's coming to bring that teaching is coming all the way from California, and they're going to bring a real teaching that will benefit you, your life, plus your children's life, plus your family life. And you will learn in that day. Maybe you can even or sign up and be a part of whatsoever they come to speak about. So there where we are inviting everybody. You are welcome, but you have to make sure you pay by the 26th so we can have a need down because we don't want any surprises. We're going to have security. So, we want to make sure we have our list book, everybody's name on it, that when you come, we know you're supposed to be in that spot. Because if your name is not there, then it means that you can't be there that night. So you want to book from now to the 25th, or maybe if you want to stretch it out to the 30th, you want to make sure you're booking in place. People are booking now, and we want to, Gabriel, we really need to come. So you want to book, and so you can be there. Your space can be kept for you. Yeah, and we're going to have a DJ, LJ Jr. in the house. He's a very good DJ. I really respect his work. I saw him many years ago. He DJ one party in New Jersey, and I just like the way he carried it on. It was just the party was just too supreme. It was just like too beautiful. And from that day, I got to know him, and that's why we asked him to be the DJ. We're also going to have a photographer booth there. They were going to be there. The photographer for booth going to be there and going to be taking pictures. There will be a red carpet, so it's a red carpet event. You have to come in your formal. You want to dress up. You're not coming. We don't want nobody to come and slack. We need to dress up and come because we want to have diversity of people. So it's not only Liberians. Going to have all kinds of people there, all nationality from different walks of life. So you want to dress up and then party together. Party for a purpose. Party with a cause. Party for a cause. Party with a purpose. That's how they say it. Frey, you want to come in? So you are welcome.
You're welcome to the event. Sign up, come, and let's party for a charitable cause. Like Grace said, it is good to give. Don't see it as, oh, I pay my money and blah blah blah. If that money is going towards a cause, the Bible say, give and it should be given back to you abundantly. So if you want for God to favor you, not that God not favoring you, but If you want the blessings to continue to flow, give by paying and attending the event. It will be
Yeah.
beneficial to your life and to your generations to come.
Yeah, last night is gonna be in Rockville, Maryland, at the Sheraton Hotel. The Sheraton Hotel in Rockville, Maryland. There where we having it in the ballroom in the Sheraton Hotel. And that night we all gonna sleep there. The next morning we're gonna have breakfast together. And call it a day. Everybody go their separate way. If you can't stay there, once you live in Maryland, you can drive to the party. It starts at 7 o'clock in the evening. It's gonna end by 1 o'clock in the morning. So we'll be there for a while and we'll have some fun. So you can inbox me if you want more information. So it will be in Rockville, Maryland, and we're going to be partying. You need to come and party with us. So let's go back to the
The fish.
fisherman's mentality, the fisherman's mindset. Why did Jesus call? Why did he call? Jesus was a leader here on earth. When he was here, 100% man, 100% God, he was a leader. He led a whole bunch of people to the kingdom of heaven. But why did he call fishers of men to follow him? Why? He chose certain people. As a leader, you have to choose certain people to follow you. And as a person who want to follow a leader, you have to know who you're following. You also have to know who you're following, and you have to go there with a real pure mindset to just go and do what you're supposed to do on your part of the work that you're supposed to do. But if you go there with that mindset that that you're following the person, and maybe sometimes you don't even know why you're following them because you just see people following them. But when you follow them for a reason and follow them for a cause, and make sure it's important to your life that when you're doing it, you will be happy doing what you're doing. Like you get a job and you in a career, you most time the people tell you say choose a career that you will be happy doing. If you want to be a nurse, make sure you like to help people. Make sure it's your calling that when you go to work, you will not be vexed when the person can't call you, they ring the bell. What she calling me for again? Hey, girl. Because it means that it's not something that if you like to care for people, when that bell ring, you will be happy to go there and say, ma'am, how can I help you? What do you want? Or if you like to serve in a restaurant, you want to be a waitress, you would like to do that. Like I went to my husband took me out to eat one time breakfast, and we went to IHOP in Maryland. I don't live in Maryland, I live in Pennsylvania. We were in Maryland for that weekend, and he said, let's go to this IHOP, and we went there to eat breakfast. And the way the woman served the food, man, the food became so nice to me. The way she was serving our particular area that I have was so packed that morning. But the way she carried on with everybody, we left her a huge tip because the way she was arguing when she came to my table. I said, I want to look at the menu, but can I just tell you what I want because I don't want to go by the menus, in detail. Oh, she said, name it. She never even had a pen, neither a paper to write anything. She was so good at her job that everybody was five on the table, us and our three children, and everybody gave her what they wanted. That woman kept it in her brain. That's somebody who loved to waitress. That's her area. She loved that career, and she was doing it to the T. When she brought the food, I ate the food. I was so happy. I enjoyed the food, and I had that day. I said, "What?" So then we left that IHOP. We kept on talking about her. After some few weeks passed, we went to another IHOP here in Pennsylvania, and the people brought the food. We enjoyed the food. I said, "But wait now." I said, but they said they I had the city. I tried to order the city. I ordered the order. I have, but how they see the food even looking are not happy because the way that woman did her job was so exceptional till we enjoyed the food because the way she carried on when she came, because that was her calling and she was focused on what she was doing. She did not care about who were in the restaurant or whether the bosses were acting mean to her. She just wanted to do her job and she did her job well. And I'm sure some millionaire will go to that aha one day and will see that woman and she will benefit. If I was a millionaire and went to that aha, that woman I was going to tip her $100,000. That's how good she was. I was going to tip her $100,000 because the way she came up. And you could tell everybody that was in my booth or the aha, was you happy? If I turned to Leah, I didn't even want to Leah. Just like that. She said, everything was okay. You need to put in more order. Are you okay? I was like, oh my God, the woman is so glorious. And that's how when you join an organization or you at a job site or maybe your friendship, you know, anything that you do, just do it with your being that you really want to do this. That's what you're in it for. You're not in it to look at anybody else or what are the other person doing, what they're not supposed to do, or whether you feel whether they're not doing the right thing. The person who had a vision, that brought a vision to the table, all you need to do is look to them and say, okay, so what you want us to do? How can we execute this? and they will tell you, oh, I need you to do this, this, and this. And it's not a pompous thing, or not you feeling too big and say, oh, but who is she think she is, or who you think he is, or can't tell her to do what. But you came to that person's vision though, so you're supposed to listen to them. You have to be humble in your way of life. You have to be humble in anything you do. You have to be humble when you're giving your service, and you have to humble yourself when you interact with people. It makes it better. But if you always think that other people cannot just say anything to you, it doesn't work that way. And then when they say something to you which is right, they try to label them all kinds of way because you don't want to accept what is saying to you is right. So you try to label them. You think you will spoil the person's knee and carry their knee and say this and that, but then it's not going to work because people who know that person and people who know who you're talking about are interacting with that person say no, you can't be talking about that person, and then later on they will find out who you are. So it's just if you can come in with your clothes in with 5 minutes away, like I could keep on talking because the fisherman mentality is a very special mentality. If you carry the fisherman mindset, your life will be better. Go ahead, sis.
And as a fisherman, because there will always be a lead fisherman on the boat. Any boat,
Mm-hmm.
or when 10 fishermen go out to fish, there will always be a lead fisherman on the boat. They all don't have the same experience as a fisherman. They all have different experiences. So sometimes, even you who are not the lead fisherman, when you catch a fish, when you catch a net of fish, when you cast a net and you grab a net of fish, I've seen where the lead fisherman will tell you, say, no, dump that fish back into the ocean. And you now, as the other fisherman, you cannot tell the lead fisherman, no, I'm not going to dump it into the ocean. I'm going to take it with me. No, you have to listen. There is a reason why he's telling you dump it back into the ocean. Let's keep fishing because what you have just caught is not what you guys went on sea to catch. So you have to dump it back into the ocean. I've always watched TV. Sometimes you see the fishermen, they go on the fish, they catch the huge, huge fish. I don't know what the purpose of that. They will take the fish and they chunk it back in the water. Then they catch another kind of fish and they throw it back in the water. I think that they're just doing it for fun. But if people are fishing for like real fish to take some of their fish and carry the fish home. But
So
some,
can I say something? It's not for fun because sometimes they can be looking for a special kind of fish. So
mm-hmm.
if they don't find that fish as a group, they have to put that fish in the water because sometimes they're looking for tinapa. You know the fish you can fish with. And then when they don't see that in the bunch, they don't no need of taking the other fish because the fish no need of taking the other fishes on because the special fish that they're looking for that will get in that money because one of those fish that they're looking for they can sell it for over $500,000 and that particular fish they went there for. So they will take throw it back into the water. Now if you cannot follow or you're not a good person to follow the lead of the fisherman, then you will start feeding it. Oh, but when they hear they can't tell to turn the fish, but no, I want to it's time to feed that kind of way. And then you will spoil the whole strategy of the fisherman, the way they carry on the work. Go ahead, sis.
Or sometimes it could be that a particular fish they're looking for, but it's not the size that they're looking for. So in
Exactly.
all kinds of, you always have to listen to the lead fisherman. If you're going to be another fisherman to follow a fisherman, everybody cannot be a lead on a boat. That's why even when Jesus and his disciples were on the storm and they were going and they were on a boat and the storm came and Jesus was way down in the boat sleeping, which of course in terms of fishing, Jesus was the lead fisherman on that boat, if we must say it that way. That's when the waves and the storms and the wind and the waves start to blow the ship upside down. Those people, they didn't even try to stop the storm. They went way downstairs in the bottom of the boat to wake up Jesus and say, Jesus, you have to get up because this storm here is raging. We cannot handle the boat. You sleeping. It's not that they didn't have skills on the water. They had skills on the water, but the skill that was needed at the time to calm the winds and the wave, it was only in Jesus. Jesus was
Yes.
the only one who could calm the waves and the wind and the waves at that moment. So there will always be that person, that one person who is the one to calm the waves and the wind. You cannot say, oh, Jesus sleeping, let leave him. The man resting 18 years, we not see the man doing. Let's try it.
They try to do it.
Let's try it.
Yeah, bro, your computer is bad. Okay, guys, we're having technical difficulties. Uh,
I'm talking about the wind and the waves, so it's shaking everything now. So
yeah, it's shaking everything. But before when you put yourself together, I wanted to tell Lasana, will not be doing any fundraiser at that event. It's not a fundraiser event. We'll not be doing any fundraiser there. If you want to donate to Lawani, we do a lot of work in Liberia. You can check our page up. If you want to donate to us, you can just donate through the Cash App number that on the paper. I will send it to you. You can just donate through the Cash App number, but we'll not be doing any fundraiser. We don't even want cameras in there, to tell you the truth, except to take pictures, because it's a private event. We want to keep it private. We're not going to be putting our event on Facebook. Maybe after the event, we can decide to share it on Facebook. We don't want to do any Facebook Live. We don't want to have people there with camera and doing all that because it's very private. We want people to have their privacy. Most time people tell me, they say, Chris, I go to the event, but I go there to enjoy myself and have fun with the people that we're within. But people so focused on doing live until we can't even get the real fun in the thing. So we don't want to do that. Maybe we will record it later on. Maybe after some day or two, we'll put it on. But we just want to have the people have their privacy. So we'll not be doing any fundraiser at the event. The event is just actually to have fun, because next year we'll be doing our real launching of Lawani. That's when we'll do all of that. But at this event, we just want to be in a close-knit area, no cameras, and have our fun and do what we're supposed to do there and call it a day. After the program, maybe 2 days after, we could put it on Facebook. We don't know. We will decide whether we want to do that. Flora, you can continue your closing.
Yes, I don't know. I said I was talking about the wind and the waves, and it decided to disturb my camera. But time to talk about things that are meaningful, and then here comes the enemy. He tried to distort everything so that people don't get a message. But however, I was saying, in anything there has to be a lead, and if you a person you decide to follow, then you must follow. You must be able to take direction from the lead. Yeah, the lead is a reason why the lead is the lead. Even in Liberia, and I'm about to close, but I just wanted to say a little bit to Liberians, because they, like we last time we talked about, elections are about to come up in 2023. So Liberians who consider themselves fishermen, and they have to start looking at those who are leading them, because some lead fishermen, some of the lead fishermen, I don't know. Some people have declared themselves as fishermen, whereas they have
They're
no
not.
experience. They've never been in a boat. They've never been out sea to fish for anything. They don't have no net. They don't have no fish line. They have no bait. They have no hook. So it's time for Liberians in Liberia to pay attention to the leaders that you have. They say they're fishermen. Have they ever gone fish before? When they have fish, what fish have they caught? Do they have a fish line? Do they even have a boat to even go on the water? Do they have a bait? Do they have the tools? Do they have the temperament? Do they have the personality? Do they have a plan? Are they analytical? Do they think? And we see it right before our eyes. They have none of those things. So I just want to say to our fellow brothers and sisters, as we usually end, you're start thinking about it. 2023 is not so far away as we think. So this is the time for you, who the smaller fishermen following the lead fishermen. This is time for you to think. This is time for you to start and getting your fisherman tools together, and building your character, your personal characteristics as a fisherman, so that when we kick out those people who are impersonating fishermen, the fishermen will have a real fisherman to go in there to do the people's work, to catch the fish.
Exactly. Exactly. So, who are the fishers, the lead fishermen are you following? That's the question. Who are you following as a leader to lead our country? Do you see the fisherman mentality and the fisherman mindset in them, or are you seeing it just barking and talking? And when they get there, they will not do what they're supposed to do as a fisherman, to make sure that everybody who follow them, or everybody who are in the situation or the space that they are leading, will benefit at the end of the day. Because that's what fishermen are supposed to do. Make sure all the other fishermen around him, they be able to benefit as they cast their net, to be able to benefit from what they're supposed to benefit from. You people, you full of all kind of things. Kind of, oh yeah, instead of if I go there, you always say, but if I intend to catch fish and then I find crab in the net, what should what should I do, knowing that crab is valuable species? Crab is valuable. Popo, no, I can't even call you Popo. I call you King, because that Popo that mean that you pro in your poness, and I don't want you to be pro in your poness. You're King. So let me tell you, King. If you go to do your fisherman, you follow the lead fisherman, you're going there, you're supposed to catch a certain fish. Okay, maybe you're supposed to catch salmon. You went and caught crab. Your
Mhm.
lead fisherman tell you, say, that crab we can't to catch. Put a crab back, we put in the net in, put that crab aside. And you say, oh no, crab that valuable species. Oh. Me, I can't carry the crab. And then you miss the mark. That when you miss the focus, because you're not even paying attention to your lead. Then you want to put yourself in a leadership position while you already have a leader. That is not how to do it. You have to put yourself in a way. So when you get in that leadership position, because you follow orders because a fisherman follow orders. He's persistent. He has patience. So when you go in there to go catch or someone, you go catch people crab, then you jump out, you say, oh, the people crab, if something because it can be sweet, but you won't put it by. The man say put it by, you won't put it by. Then you're not following the lead. Then you miss the focus. You miss what you were supposed to do because you did not listen. And that will bring problem because now you start to argue with the lead fisherman and the other people looking at you. And then people start to do all kinds of things before you look. The whole fisherman or camp have been in disarray because you did not follow orders. And that's what we're saying to you. So we want to say thank you for watching. This is Split Talk, the Nine Generation. We come here every Sunday at 7 p.m. We talk for an hour, sometimes hour, 15 minutes. And just talking on real life issues, real life stuff that, people go through. And we just try to break it down in our own way. We learn from you as you learn from us. As you say on the platform, it helps us to, make sure we go into that deeper and we start to learn from it. So the fisherman mentality, you try to find out who you want to follow. Make sure the person or vision align with what you're looking at as a vision. Make sure it align with you. So when you get to follow them, there will be no or backstabbing and hypocrisy and jealousy and envy because you know that's what you want to do. And in anything you do in this world, you just have to have somebody who will lead you through it, especially when the person had a vision and brought it to fruition. All you need to do is follow and follow in peace and love. God bless you. Have a beautiful Sunday and have a beautiful rest of your week. Make sure your week counts. It's important. God bless you. Bye, everybody. Welcome, Eric Dental, but you late. Donna Curtis, we love you for watching. Bye, guys.